It was Christmas Eve in old London town. The streets were quiet now, blanketed in snow, muffling the sound of footsteps. Gas lamps flickered in the dusk, casting long shadows down alleys and across shuttered shops. In the distance, the faint echo of carolers could be heard, children and families lifting their voices in joy, singing of tidings, of hope, of a Savior born. But not all hearts were warmed by the season. At the end of a narrow, crooked street stood a tall, tired building, its windows dim, its door shut tight. And inside that house of numbers, a single man sat bent over ledgers, counting, recording, clinging. Ebenezer Scrooge, a man known across London not for his generosity, but for his grim spirit and cold heart. He had wealth beyond measure, but joy? None. He gave no coins to beggars, no nods to neighbors, and he gave no thought to Christmas. In the corner of the room sat his clerk, Bob Cratchit, hunched near a feeble flame, writing by candlelight, his breath visible in the bitter air. Still, Bob worked faithfully. He asked for nothing. But on that day, he quietly summoned the courage to speak. "Sir," he said gently, "might I have Christmas Day off just to be with my family?" Scrooge scoffed. His eyes narrowed. A day off? With pay? For what? A holiday for fools? But after a pause, he relented. "Be here early the next morning." Bob smiled with quiet gratitude, knowing well the rare favor he'd just been granted. That night, Scrooge returned to his home, a cold, creaking house where the silence pressed against the walls. He lit no fire. He greeted no soul. As the clock chimed and the wind howled outside, a chill swept the room, and from the shadows came the sound of clanking chains. A figure emerged, wrapped in sorrow and bound by iron. Jacob Marley, once Scrooge's partner, now a ghost condemned to roam the earth, dragging the very chains he forged in life. He had no peace, no rest, and he came with a warning. "Ebenezer," he said, "you still have a chance, a small one, to escape my fate. You will be visited by 3 spirits. Heed them, or be cursed to walk the earth as I do." And with that, Marley vanished. Scrooge, though shaken, dismissed it as nonsense, until the first clock struck 1. A light burst into the room, gentle and golden. Before him stood a childlike figure, radiant, soft-spoken. "I am the ghost of Christmas past," it said. "Come, let us look upon the days that made you." They flew through time, through fog and memory, until they stood before a young boy, alone in a cold classroom on Christmas Eve. Scrooge's heart tightened. The boy was him, left behind, forgotten by family, but not by books. The boy dreamed of distant lands, kind faces, and happier times. Another scene. A young Scrooge now, smiling at a lively Christmas party. Music, laughter, old Fezziwig dancing with joy, giving his workers warmth and mirth. Scrooge watched in silence, a tear forming in his eye. Then, bell. She stood in soft candlelight, eyes filled with quiet sadness. "You've changed," she said. "There's another idol that holds your heart now, gold." And with that, she left. The spirit turned, but Scrooge covered his eyes. "No more. Please." And as quickly as it came, the light faded. Then came the second spirit, robust, joyful, cloaked in green, the ghost of Christmas present. "Come," he said, "there is joy in the world still." They soared above rooftops and into homes. There was the Cratchit household, humble, warm, filled with laughter. Bob Cratchit carved their modest feast with pride. Beside him, his children giggled, their eyes wide with excitement. And at the heart of it all, Tiny Tim. The boy sat gently, his crutch by his side, his smile brighter than any flame. "He told the church," Bob said, "that he hoped people would see him and remember who made the lame to walk." The spirit looked to Scrooge. "If things do not change, this child will not live." Scrooge's lips trembled. "No, no, say he will be spared." But the spirit said nothing. Then, scenes of joy elsewhere, families who had little but gave much, workers laughing, strangers sharing bread. All around the world kindness blossomed, and yet Scrooge stood apart. As the night waned, the spirit faded, and the third arrived, tall, silent, hooded, the ghost of Christmas yet to come. No words, only a hand, pointing. They stood in the streets. People spoke in hushed tones about a man who had died. No one mourned. No one visited. The spirit pointed to a grave, snow-covered, untouched. Scrooge brushed away the frost and read the name etched in stone. His own. "No," he whispered. "Surely there is still time. Spirit, I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year." Then darkness turned to light. Scrooge woke up, alive, in his bed, on Christmas morning. The bells rang, the city sang. He laughed, truly laughed. He opened his window. "Boy," he shouted, "what day is it?" "Christmas, sir." "Then run, buy the biggest goose in the window. Take it to the Cratchits, and not a word of who sent it." Scrooge dressed in color. He smiled at passers-by. He gave generously. He visited Fred, his nephew, and sat with family for the first time in years. And the Cratchits? He became like a second father to Tiny Tim. From that day forward, he was changed, not just in wealth, but in spirit. And he kept Christmas faithfully, not just on the 25th, but every single day. As for Tiny Tim, well, God bless us, everyone,